True. Earlier, you talked about focusing on your speaking skills so that you can express yourself better emotionally, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why is that so important, you think?
Um, I think because we live in a time, I don't know if it's always been like this, but I've only been alive now and I can only say how I experience it now. But I feel very distant. I feel very emotionally distant from a lot of the people that I love and a lot of the people that I'm in contact with, but also just with humans in general. I don't find it easy to be emotional or be open about my emotions or be emotionally passionate about something. I don't, even though I want to, and even though I think it's the best thing to be, it's something that doesn't come easy to me. And I think it's because I am so used to communicating through text or through email or through something that isn't all face to face. Many of the times when I communicate things that are important to me, I find it so much easier to communicate it through a well written, earnest, honest text message than saying it face to face, and that's something that I don't appreciate about me and being used to communicate in this way because of the media and because of the communication tools that we are all used to by now. Yeah.
Okay. And what are some of the things you can do to change that?
Um, One thing is, so when I realize that I want to say something that for me is emotionally heavy to someone, before I'd keep it to myself, and now I force myself to say it. And I was just having this conversation with a really close friend of mine about how confronting is difficult. And I was just telling her, like, just before our call, that when something feels difficult like this, then it is when I think, okay, Maya, you really have to do it at this point, like even though it's difficult, it's even more difficult not to do it in the long term, I think.
Okay. It's even more difficult not to do it in the long term. So when you find something that's challenging you, you feel like you have to do it.
Yeah, because the more time I feel challenged by this thing, the more personal loss it is for me, I guess, right? So the quicker I try to get over it, the better, I think, even though it's very difficult or very awkward and very unelegant. But at
Yeah.
least it's a beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, but at least it's a beginning. And this
Yeah.
brings back to what you said earlier as well, right? About solving global problems. You
Mhm.
take one step at a time. It's difficult. You just take tiny steps. Yeah.
Yeah.